Hi, guys. I'm going to continue taping for you. I noticed that the last four verses were cut off, so I will just re-record those for you from chapter 2, and I'm going to do chapter 3 and 4 today. So here we go, verse 21. And she acknowledges to the spies that whatever you said is fine, and she sends them away, and puts a she ties a ribbon or a cord of some sort in her window, and remember the scarlet uh, line, so that's the color. And they go off into the mountains, and they sit in the mountains for 3 days until the group that went to chase them come back into the city, and they didn't find them. They return, and when they see that they go back into the city, they come down from the mountain. They cross the river, the Jordan River, back to Joshua, and they tell him everything that took place. And they tell Yoshua, listen, all these people are petrified of us. So it's clear that God is going to give us the city. And not only that the people of Jericho are afraid of us, but everybody around, all the inhabitants are afraid. So we're standing at a good place. It looks like God is with us, and we're going to be able to cross the river. Chapter 3. So now what happens is that Joshua is already established, Joshua is established, and we're going to have some events that make him look like Moses, as if to say, like Moses, he is leadership material. He is our new leader. Joshua gets up in the morning, ding dong, and they cross from Shittim. They come to the Jordan River, and everybody gathers up. They sleep over there before crossing. They sleep, they lodge there before crossing. Please remember. Okay, 3 days are up, and the officers go amongst the camp, and they tell everybody, when you see the Ark of the Covenant, when you see the Aron HaKodesh are where the Ten Commandments are kept, and there is a jar of manna kept in the Aron Kodesh. Okay, and the priests and the Levites are carrying it, and you travel, you will go after them, and you will leave space between them and you about 2,000 cubits. That's a measurement. It's about 18 inches. So 2,000 times 18, there's quite a distance between them. Don't come close to the ark. Why? Because you don't know the way, right? You've never done this road before, so you don't know the way. Um, Therefore, you should keep distance, and you follow the priests who will know how to guide you. Joshua says to the Kohanim who are carrying um, the, the ark, and they're walking in front. Now the Lord said unto Joshua, this day will I begin to magnify you, I may hold you in high glory in the eyes of Israel. They will now respect you even more, because they know that just as I was with Moses, so I am with you. Important quote. And you will command the Kohanim who are carrying the ark, that when you come to the edge of the Jordan, you will stand still in the Jordan. And Joshua said to the children of Israel, go there and hear the words that the Lord commands you. Okay, and Joshua said, hereby you shall know that the living God is among you. So now you'll know that God is with you, God is amongst you, and you're going to inherit the Canaanites, the Hittites, the Chivi. Let's look in Hebrew. Knaani, Chiti, Chivi, Prizi, Girgashi, Emori, and Yevusi. Let's learn those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You have the 7 nations that Joshua is conquering. You need to learn those names. It's very important that you learn those names, so that there could be a question of which are the 7, or which of these is not one of the 7s, etc. Okay, here is the ark. Okay, the ark of the Lord of the universe, is passing before you in the Jordan. Take 12 people from the tribes, one person from each tribe, ish echad, one person from every tribe. And when your feet, your soul go of the priests bear the bark of the Lord, the ark of the Lord of all the earth shall rest in the waters of the Jordan, that the waters of Jordan shall be cut off, even the waters will come down from above, and they shall stand in one heap. Where was the water standing before, that you remember? When Moses split the sea to cross the Red Sea, Yam Suf, from Egypt, and the Jewish people left. That's what's happening to Joshua. And it's as if God is showing him that you're as great as Moses. I am with you as you were with Moses. So as you put your feet in, the water will stand still and you will be able to cross. When the people travel to Jordan, and they are carrying the ark in front of the people, when the legs of the Kohanim, the feet of the Kohanim, come to the edge of the water, and the water is really overflowing. So what does that mean? There's lots of water, and he's trying to magnify the miracle. There's lots of water, and nonetheless, the water coming down is standing up far away from the city of Adam and Taltan, and they're going down to the Arava. They were all cut, they were all split, and everybody was able to cross at Jericho. They were able to cross at Jericho. And God's priests stood in the dry land, Bacharava, in the Jordan, and all the people were able to cross down to the end. Everybody was able to cross the Jordan River in dry land. Chapter 4. I have 7 minutes. When everybody crossed the Jordan to Yeshua, he says to them, take 12 people, one person from every tribe. So one person from each tribe, and command them, take from the Jordan, out of place where the priest's feet stood, 12 stones. So from under their feet, take out stones, one stone from each tribe, carry them over with you and lay them down, so that there will be a place that we will have the 12 stones, and in the place where you will sleep at night. And Joshua called them, one person from each tribe. They are now taking with them stones. Clearly, they're going to make a monument from them. And the ark went through the Jordan, and each lifted their stones above their shoulders, and this was the sign. This will be a sign among you, that when your children ask in time to come, saying, what do these stones mean? You will be able to tell them, because the waters of the Jordan were cut off before the ark of the covenant of the Lord. When it passed over the Jordan, the waters of the Jordan were cut off, they were split. And these stones shall be a memorial forever. Okay? So it's almost like Pesach. When Pesach, if your children ask, you will tell them, and this will be a sign for future generations. That's what happens in the Jordans. And the Bnei Israel did that. They took the 12 stones, according to the numbers of the tribes. They took it to the place where they were sleeping, to the sojourn, to their hotel. Not much of a hotel. And he made the heap of stones in the place where they walked, and they were there until this day, so they were there forever. The Kohanim who carried the ark walked in the Jordan until everybody crossed over, just as um, Moshe commanded Yehoshua, and they hurried and they crossed. When all of them crossed, Bnei Reuven, Gad, and half of Menashe put on their weapons, and they came to help their other brothers to conquer their land. There were 40,000 of them who came to fight to conquer the land to the plains of Jericho, in Hebrew, Arvot Yericho. And of course, Joshua's glory, honor, he rose. All of a sudden, he was highly respected. God made miracles for him. The water split, and it's a wow moment for everybody. 4 minutes left. Okay. And of course, he tells the priests to bear the ark of the testimony, that they come up out of the Jordan. And Joshua commanded the priests, saying, "Come up out of the Jordan. Come up out of the Jordan." And they put up a matzeva, a monument, in a town called Gilgal. Gilgal, from the Hebrew word galgal, which means wheel. Keep that in your mind. Okay. And again, verse 21, if your families, your children will ask, what are these stones all about? You will tell them, just like Passover. And when your children ask, you will tell them all about Passover, how God saved them. So here, you will tell them how Israel crossed the Jordan in dry land, and how people were afraid of them and they ran away from them. Exactly as God did in the Red Sea, in Yam Suf, where there too our enemies ran away from us. So that all people on earth will know the hand of God, and it is mighty, and they will fear the Lord forever. We'll stop here, and we will continue in the next recording in chapters 5, 6. You will probably get it on Saturday night. Have a good day, and Shabbat Shalom.